Hey guys, I'm the film fan. Doug Liman's new sci-fi film starring Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley called Chaos Walking dropped in theaters, and today I'm going to be talking about it. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. So Chaos Walking is about where there's a planet where all the women are dead, and you can hear and see everyone's thoughts. And so a woman crashes on the planet, and Tom Holland's character has to hide her and get her to a place where she can call her ship. I loved Edge of Tomorrow, another film from the same director, so I went into this one pretty excited, despite the bad buzz about this film being quote-unquote unreleasable or whatever. I checked it out this weekend in theaters, and here's what I thought. Without further ado, let's get straight into the good. And the best thing about this film is it just has such a cool concept. It may sound uncomfortable at first, having the thoughts of all men being able to be heard and seen, but the film finds interesting ways to use that concept. The film is about trying to keep something hidden, but everyone can see what you are thinking, so that immediately is an interesting struggle. It also uses it in creative ways, like tricking people into thinking a person is there by thinking about them and displaying them, or intentionally thinking someone to trick them. Or thinking, you know what I mean. It is also quite funny when our lead character Todd is around a girl for the first time and she knows everything that he is thinking about her. And so yeah, it can be quite entertaining at times. And also the cast is really, really good. Tom Holland is just so easy to like in roles like this, and he does a great job here. Daisy Ridley was also a nice inclusion. I'm glad we now have a sci-fi film with her outside of the recent Star Wars films. Two of them have some pretty good interactions, and it makes the film all the more enjoyable. In general, this is a pretty easy to get into movie, and so it's easy to have a good time. The effect, it's an entertaining movie, but it is a very flawed one. And let's get into the bad. And the biggest problem here is that I don't really feel like any of the characters outside of Tom Holland's character were fleshed out all that well. It does the bare minimum for so many people. Nobody really gets any development of any kind. Everyone does their job, I guess, but nobody is really a standout. Not even Nick Jonas, of all people, is a standout. Nobody has anything interesting about them, really, and because nobody is fleshed out all that well, when it isn't just Todd and Viola walking across the woods, it can be kind of boring, if I am honest. I am in the minority where I don't really feel like this film was, or that it was super obvious that this film was a trilogy squished into one or filled with reshoots. It didn't seem super obvious to me, however, I noticed throughout the film there were tons of things that felt like they were supposed to be important and didn't really go anywhere. And I feel like maybe those things were important in the books, but this film didn't allow that to be the case, so they just kind of get abandoned. And yeah. So, Chaos Walking, my final verdict and score. So, Chaos Walking is an entertaining sci-fi film that I had a pretty good time with. As the cast is likable, the concept is really interesting, and it creates for a fun journey and has some solid humor. But it doesn't do the best with fleshing out the characters, and you can tell at times this is the product of a messy production. Despite the lower rating, I do thoroughly enjoy this film, and I do recommend it. Sorry, I'm a little itchy. So, I'm going to give this a B- and a 6 out of 10. My recommendation is 2 for huge sci-fi films. Or sci-fi fans. Thank you guys for so much for watching. please subscribe to the channel. Like if you enjoyed this video, or dislike if you didn't. Comment what you would like to see me do next. I will link my Letterboxd account in the description. If you could follow that would be nice. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!